Special guest, Eleanor Pendleton, founder and editor of Gritty Pretty.
Hi guys.
And face of Maya's Here I Am campaign. Now we are in Maya, Melbourne today. I have snuck Eleanor away just before her beauty masterclass to have a beauty chat with her. So I have my own questions. If you have any, please comment. We'll do our best to get Eleanor to answer them at the end. So let's kick off with this campaign. You are the face of it. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
What does it mean to you to be the face of the Here I Am campaign?
It's quite hard to put it into words because it's such an honour to be asked to be part of this campaign. I think, this is actually the first time that Maya's ever put a, non-model on the front of a campaign booklet, and for that person, to me, it's very surreal.
It's weird to see the catalogues around.
It's so weird. I walked into a store last night and I actually saw, like a big poster with my face on it, and I was like, what is happening? I just need to take a million photos for my mum.
I do love that.
But yeah, it's more than anything, obviously to be asked by a company like Maya to be the face of their campaign is an honour, but what really attracted me to this campaign is the entire message behind it, because it's something I'm so incredibly passionate about as a beauty editor, is encouraging women to appreciate their own beauty. So the whole brand messaging behind this entire campaign is what really genuinely connected me to it. So yeah, it's a real pinch me moment.
Oh, well, like I said, you look amazing, and it's an amazing campaign, so congratulations.
Thank you.
But let's talk about a little bit of beauty.
Yes, my favourite topic.
Your favourite topic. Now, we are in autumn. That has officially happened.
First day today?
We're in the first weekend.
First weekend.
I mean, it doesn't feel it. It's 28 degrees outside, so we could be at the beach. But tell me, how has your beauty kit changed, or will it change, coming into the cooler months?
I mean, yeah, we're still experiencing quite a lot of heat. We're experiencing a bit of a delayed summer, so it hasn't changed too much. However, I'm starting to introduce oils into my routine. I'm noticing that my skin's becoming a little bit dehydrated, and partially that's because I'm traveling quite a lot. So I'm starting to introduce oils into my routine, into my hair routine, so to really nourish and put a lot of moisture into my skin and my hair. And then moving closer into the, more of the autumn months, I'll start introducing really rich, beautiful textures in the way of face creams and moisturizers like that.
And makeup. How are you gonna, do you look for different kinds of foundations? Do you warmer tones? What is your go-to autumn?
To be honest, I love a dewy, healthy, radiant look all year round. I'm not a big fan of the matte skin look. I think that matte skin can be very lackluster and dull, and therefore I find it's quite aging. So I prefer a liquid foundation all year round, regardless of the season. And then going into the summer months, I might, introduce a bit more illuminators than usual. But yeah, I tend to like a liquid, healthy, dewy look most of the time.
Now, every season we see beauty trends coming from the runways over in Europe, and that kind of dictates what happens here. Are you the kind to look at those trends and incorporate them, or do you like to stick to your go-to looks that work? What's your go-to?
I guess because of my job as a beauty editor, I'm obviously very aware of the trends that come through, and I like to take some of those and translate them in more of a real way. If I see a really, really blue eyeshadow look, I'm probably not going to wear that straight off the runway. But I might try and pair that right back some way or another. It might be just a tiny lining of a navy-coloured blue eyeliner along the lash line. So I try and make it a bit more wearable. I do tend to steer towards more of the classic looks. So like I said, I like a dewy look all year round. But I also like having fun with a bit of a smoky eye. I prefer a brown smoky eye than a black.
Oh, interesting.
Because I find a black smoky eye can actually make my eyes look a little bit smaller, and it's a bit too harsh. And then I love looks, like a signature red lip like you've got on today. Is so classic. It was classic 50 years ago.
You can't go wrong with a red lip.
Can't go wrong. And it's something that I think suits every single type of woman. So I do tend to steer towards more of a classic look rather than just a trend.
Right. But it's nice what you say that, you see the trends and there's ways that you can change it to suit you and your taste. Like just because you see a giant blue stripe across your face,
exactly,
you don't have to do that to embrace.
Metallics is a perfect example. You know, we're seeing a lot of metallic eyes on the runway, so I might take that look and just pop a tiny bit of metallic in the inner corner of my eyes to really brighten my eyes and make my eyes look fresh and awake, rather than putting metallic all over the lid.
That's a good tip, a good one for you guys to try at home. So now I know you touched on your skincare into the cooler months, but you know, what kind of products are you going to be starting to introduce as it goes from autumn to winter?
I'm a skin fiend. I love skincare. My skin, that's like my, you know, it's my passion. It's my 5 minutes in the morning and in the evening that it's just to myself. I'm definitely going to start using a lot more masks as we get into the cooler months. I did one last night. And just really give my skin that extra hydration. When your skin is hydrated, it's more plump and youthful. So I'm very wary of that, and I think it's important to actually look after your skin because it is your body's largest living organ.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely be introducing a lot more masks. Like I said, I'll start using more oils, probably start using a face oil as my night moisturizer.
So swapping it out.
Swapping it out just for night times, because in the day it might be a bit too much. And just starting to, I guess, steer towards those richer textures. Same thing for hair. I'll start using a bit more of a hair mask, a bit more regularly. Start applying an oil to the ends of my strands.
You're good. You're well behaved. I'm not. I forget to do masks.
It's so. I think once you create that habit, it's just so easy. It's just kind of second nature to you. And
setting aside the time every night, once a week, how often?
But it can be 5 minutes. Like my skincare routine, whilst it might seem like a lot, it honestly takes me 5 minutes.
Wait, can you give everyone just a bit of a recap of your skincare routine? Just talk us through. Let everyone understand the Eleanor Pendleton skincare routine.
Okay, so I obviously cleanse.
Yeah.
So I either use a cream cleanser or a micellar cleansing water to take off makeup. I will go straight into an essence to really prepare my skin and get it ready for all the products I'm going to apply.
Good one.
Then I go serum, eye cream, face cream, sunscreen.
But not at night. Sunscreen not at night.
Not at night, obviously. At night, that's when I might use an oil, for example.
Right. Okay. So I mean, given that we're seeing that Korean beauty trend come through, where there's like maybe 75 steps, that's fairly simple, you guys. That's achievable.
I don't use a toner. I prefer to use an essence. So I don't have that too many steps. But I think, like you said, when you make it a part of your routine, it's just that 5 minutes to yourself. It's so nice, and I think it's important that we make that time for ourselves.
I could not agree more. Now, as a beauty editor, I'm sure your beauty kit is packed full of products that you love.
Yes.
But can you name a few of your cannot live without?
Okay.
Like if they got discontinued, you would hunt down the person who made that decision.
Okay. That's cutthroat. That's terrifying.
But that's how much you love these products.
Okay. Definitely first and foremost would be SK2 facial treatment essence. No matter what I am using on my skin, I have to have that product. I've used it for 10 years now, morning and night. And whenever I've run out is when I've noticed the difference. So as soon as I've run out of that solution and I'm not applying it after cleansing and before my serum, my skin just freaks out. It becomes bumpy and dry and just doesn't behave. So that's the one thing I
Alright, so SK2, I mean, that's been around for years and years and years. So let's not discontinue that because you might find Eleanor on your doorstep.
Thankfully, it's their miracle product. Like it's their #1 selling product. So I don't think it's
I think you're safe with that one.
Yeah. So definitely that. Definitely an SPF tinted moisturizer. I like the dewy look, but for a weekend or something like that, I just like.
Do you have a particular one?
Look, I've got quite a few favourites. I love the CC cream from Bobbi Brown, which essentially is a colour correcting tinted moisturiser. That's a really great product. Anything that has an SPF I'm a fan of because it's 2 steps in one.
Yeah.
What else? Dry shampoo.
Oh yeah.
Can't live without dry shampoo.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're not on the dry shampoo bandwagon, like get on it.
Where have you been living, basically? Yeah.
You've just got yourself 10 more minutes of sleep each morning, maybe even 15, 20 for me. I mean, honestly, yes.
It's genius. I wish I came up with that because it's just such a genius product. And then what else? I think highlighter. I think a lot of women aren't really sure what a highlighter is or what's the difference between a highlighter and an illuminator. They are the same thing.
Well, there you go. I was going to say, can you tell? So same thing, highlighter, illuminator.
Yeah, two different terms for the exact same product. They come in a different range of textures, so you can get a liquid.
Do you have a favourite texture?
I prefer a powder, but you do have to be careful of powder illuminators because they can settle into fine lines.
Right.
So if you start to, get those fine lines, then probably steer towards a liquid. Liquids are also good because you can take a liquid illuminator and just take a drop and put it into your foundation, mix it on the back of your hand, and then apply it to your face. And it just instantly makes you look glowy and radiant, as if you've just had a holiday, 2-week holiday in the Maldives.
There you go. Get some liquid illuminator.
And we need that. So yeah, I would have to say those three.
Right, okay, those are some pretty good ones to have in your kit. Now, on the topic of that glow from the Maldives, you always have this amazing, glowy, radiant skin that looks like you just woke up like that.
Thanks.
And I'm guessing that has a lot to do with your skincare routine, but can you please divulge your secrets to our followers about how you get this glow?
This glow? I think your makeup starts with your skincare.
Yeah.
If you can get your skin right and your complexion is clear, it means that you don't have to apply as much makeup. It means that your makeup is going to go on better, last longer, and you're going to have more of that radiant kind of look. When it comes to my actual cosmetic routine, I love MAC Strobe Cream. Carly, you know, this product is a makeup artist must have.
Yeah. And now they've actually just launched the different colour corrector ones. Yeah.
And I'm such a fan of the original, which is called Strobe Light. But Strobe Cream is an incredible product. I use it as a primer. If you don't use a primer, look into that.
Use a primer, you guys.
Yeah, check yourself. So I would definitely apply a MAC Strobe Cream, and I put it all over the face.
Right, so you're not just doing the cheekbones.
No, I want to glow everywhere.
All over.
Yeah.
All over.
So I put it all over. Then I'll take my liquid foundation. And
do you have a favourite? Please feel free. Name your favourites because people want to know what's in Eleanor Pendleton's beauty kit.
I love NARS Sheer Glow. That is such a good foundation. I love Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk.
Oh yeah.
That's an iconic foundation, and it's been a go-to for dewy coverage.
Yeah. And it's not too heavy either, which is great.
But it's also buildable. So
Yeah.
you start sheer, and then if you feel like you've woken up and you've just had zero sleep, you can just pop a little bit more on and get to that point where you feel you've got enough coverage. So I like products like that where you're able to really build on them. So they're definitely two of my favourite foundations, but I love taking, say, a liquid illuminator or a drop of face oil, even just like a pure jojoba oil or rosehip oil.
Right.
And just taking one drop, mixing it into your foundation on the back of your hand, then applying that all over. And then to get this highlight that I've got here on my
I hope you guys can see it because
cheekbone.
it is fabulous.
So just this is where I've used a powder illuminator.
Right.
I love MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in soft and gentle.
I'm wearing that one today
That's why you look so glowy. And that's such a beautiful illuminator. It suits all skin tones, so you can be light or dark. So that's a fail-safe illuminator, and that's what really gives me that glowy, dewy look. And yeah, I love that look. I just think you look happy,
You do,
and you're radiant, you're happy.
And I think the key to that is by not, you don't have to pile on your makeup to get the glow with the makeup.
No.
It's actually about having that sheerness and kind of that natural finish. So
Absolutely. There's nothing, I can't stand when my skin is completely covered. If I can't see my freckles anymore, then
it's too far.
It's gone too far. Your skin should look like skin. You should not be able to see that someone is wearing foundation. It defeats the purpose of the foundation. Your foundation is essentially meant to be like a second skin. So I like when you see all those beautiful, gorgeous spots.
I know, I agree. 100% agree. And also, you touched on mixing oil with foundation.
Yes.
You've been dropping some little clever little tricks into our conversation, and I think, being in the beauty industry for so many years and being backstage and talking to experts, you've gained so much wisdom. And they all have their own little tricks. What are some of your favorite tricks that you have incorporated into your routine that you could share with our viewers?
Sometimes when you say you want to wear a beautiful lip like you've got on today, you want to do a really gorgeous bold or pink lip, but it's really sheeny. You've got a glossy lipstick, and matte lips.
Attention team members, operator 22 to the breakfast and desk area. That's operator 22 to Adidas in the basement. Thank you.
Everyone, go to Adidas.
Sorry about that, guys. It's live. We're in Maya. These things happen.
But as I was saying, if you take a sheeny kind of lipstick and you really want it to be matte, because that whole matte look is in at the moment, but you don't have one, but you really love that colour, what you can do is just take a simple tissue, pull it apart so you've just got one ply.
Right.
You'll feel ridiculous when you do this. Pop it on top of your lips. Then take like a loose powder, a face powder, and a brush, and dust it over the top of the tissue which is stuck to your lips. When you peel that tissue off, suddenly your lips are going to have that really beautiful matte effect.
The same colour, different finish.
Yeah, so that's a kind of a nice trick. You know, when it comes to eyeliner, so many people struggle with eyeliner and getting that perfect cat eye.
I can't do it. I mean, I've been trying for years. It
comes down, I mean, you have to practice it, and I think when you get it wrong, you start to get a little bit scared of the look and you might not experiment as much. But two tricks when doing a liquid eyeliner. One, if you are confident enough with, say, a brush or a pen, you have to make sure that your elbow is grounded.
Right.
So you can't just stand in front of a mirror and apply it like this. You have to make sure that there's a surface that your elbow can sit on, and then you can apply once you've pulled your eye taut. The other trick is taking a piece of sticky tape and just putting it here along the lash line in a diagonal, so it should connect from the outer corner of the eye up to the outer eyebrow, and then you can draw the flick over the top of it and peel it off. So that's a really nice trick. But yeah, liquid eyeliner is tricky, so it does come down to just makes perfect.
Practice. Okay, so now to wrap up our interview, and we will get onto your questions. What does beauty mean to you, or what does beauty mean to you, and what beauty advice do you have for it?
Beauty to me it's more than cosmetic, that's for sure. You know, that term, it's more than skin deep, gets thrown around, but I genuinely do believe that. You know, I'm a big believer in energy, and when you see someone and they're happy, you instantly feed off their happiness. If you meet someone and they're quite negative, you instantly absorb their negativity and it makes you feel down. And I think there's nothing more beautiful when you meet somebody who radiates with happiness and good energy and confidence. When I think when a person is confident, they are their absolute most beautiful.
Now, we are going to look at some questions.
Yes, ask me anything you'd like.
There you go, guys. There is an invitation if I ever heard one. So I'm just going to open this up. Oh, we're going to turn off the volume because I don't know what to do myself. Okay, so we have Esther saying, hello
Esther.
From Adelaide, South Australia. Hi, Esther.
Hello.
Okay, so now Michelle Lepla, and I hope I pronounced that properly, says, do you think highlighter is still a winter trend?
I don't think highlighter is a trend. I think highlighter is a staple. I think using it sparingly just on the upper areas, so on the upper cheekbones, the high points of the face essentially, so the cheekbones, just here on the brow bone, along the bridge of the nose and just above the top lip is an everyday look. I wear that every single day.
So don't put the highlighter in storage
No,
when it comes to
pull it
warmer
out.
months, Eleanor.
Yeah, the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle, which we're both wearing, is amazing.
Now Michelle has also said masks. What's your fave for recommending?
Gosh, I, like most people, am obsessed with the SK2 facial treatment mask. It's the full cloth mask that leaves you looking a little bit like Hannibal Lecter sometimes. So that's one to scare
It's
the
good
kids
for a
with.
selfie though. It's great for a selfie. If
Yeah.
you've ever got one of those cloth masks on, so if you follow Eleanor or Beauty Crew, we do it all the time because it's fun and it's helping your skin.
Exactly. But I have a good tip with any type of cloth mask that you might put on. They're sometimes called a cloth or a sheet mask. Pop it in the fridge before you put it on.
Okay.
Even for just 20 minutes, it'll be very cool when you put it on. Like, it'll make you shiver a little bit.
Right.
But if you have any type of puffiness or inflammation, or you just feel like your skin's almost a bit swollen, then pop that on while it's cool, and it'll be life-changing.
Amazing. Now, Sakina says,
Hi, Sakina.
Hi, Sakina. What's a must-have highlighter if you want a really noticeable glow?
Ooh, I mean, the Estee Lauder Modern Mercury highlighter is amazing. And that's one that Victoria Beckham also
Oh,
does.
yeah. That's gorgeous, that one.
The MAC one is fail safe because the MAC mineralized skin finish in Soft and Gentle. Bit of a tongue twister. That one's, it's universal, so if you have fair skin, it will suit you. If you have tan skin like myself, it'll suit you. If you have really dark skin, it'll also suit you. So that's
and that one's buildable.
Yeah, exactly.
If you, I found when I use it, if I want really subtle, I go with a fan brush, and that's just along the cheekbones, bridge of the nose. Sometimes my collarbones, like today. But when I want it to be a bit more like pow, I'll use a loose powder brush instead of a fan brush. So so if you want it more noticeable, think about your brush rather than the actual product.
Just remember with illuminator and highlighter, think of highlighter as going onto the high points of the face.
Yeah,
not the shallows.
Not everywhere.
Yeah, not everywhere, because then you will look oily.
Now Simone, hi Simone, has said if you had to pick just one, a nude lip or a statement lip.
Oh,
that's a rough question.
Rough. That's like, that's brutal, Simone. I think I'd have to go with a nude lip. Yeah, I'm a big fan of. Sometimes I'm a bit lazy when it comes to makeup. Like I love your lip today.
Thank you very much.
But sometimes a lip requires maintenance. It requires touch-ups. So I like to just do a balm over my natural lips, and then I don't have to do anything else the rest of the day.
Easy. Yeah. Sakina has another question.
Yes.
What skincare products do you use?
Oh, okay. So I use I love the Frank Body Scrub. That's actually amazing. The cream scrub. It's like the black one.
Oh yeah.
That I quite enjoy because it's got that delicious smell of coffee. For cleanser, I love the SK2 facial treatment cream cleanser, the gentle one. I really like that cream sort of cleanser that slightly lathers so it feels really hydrating. I use the facial treatment essence. I pretty much use everything from them, to be honest. I've used it for 10 years, and I think when you find something that works for your skin, which SK2 does for me, you just have to
Attention
stick
team
with it.
members, operator 22 to level 4E Nautica. That's operator 22 to the Nautica area of level 4E. Thank you.
Operator 22 is very busy today, it seems. At Adidas, now they're at Nautica. A few more questions. So Esther from Adelaide, I believe she was, is back. She says, living in Australia, we have to use SPF moisture 365 days of the year.
Yes, absolutely.
The sunshine and weather is very unkind, drying and damaging to the skin. I've always used Olay, though my cheeks have got pigmentation. Are there any cosmetics that can lighten fade, not just cover the area? Thank you for your thoughts and sharing.
Look, cosmetics don't have enough actives that they could specifically fade your pigmentation. A product like a CC cream, which is a color corrector, could cover it, but it's not going to fade it over time. What's going to fade it is your skincare, and you need actives. You need to be using, AHAs and retinols. I think in terms of actual sunscreen, one of my favorite sunscreens is the Mecca To Save Face SPF 50. You should be using a 50, not a 30. You can definitely get 50s that don't feel like they're clogging the skin and ghosting the skin, and that's why I love the Mecca one, because it literally feels like a moisturizer.
It does.
It's definitely one of the best face SPF 50s I've ever tested. So using that every day in synergy with a brightening product will help tackle that pigmentation. I too, I have an Asian skin type, so if I get a blemish, for example, it'll start like a purple mark. So I have to use similar products like that to help fade.
Right, well, thank you for that. And then we have Nikki who has said, what's your thoughts on cosmeceuticals, or can you get the same results with traditional skincare? Any brands that you can recommend?
Yeah, you certainly can. I mean, there's some amazing brands out there, ones like Rationale and Cosmeceuticals. Like
beautiful brands.
Which are really, really active. You do obviously have to be very sure of your skin type and be aware that you're not going to have an allergic reaction or anything like that. So perhaps use some sort of testers before.
Always go speak to the experts. I mean, all of these brands, they're so happy to help you out. So.
Yeah, I think just go into your local Myer, go to the beauty counters, get some tests, ask for some tester samples, and take them home, play with them, experiment with them, and then you can go back and purchase whatever suits you.
Amazing. Well, that was the last one that's come through for now. But if you've got any more after this Facebook Live is finished, please post them. We'll see if we can get Eleanor to answer them. She is just about to start her masterclass in Melbourne, and she's just discovered that these little bad boys are going to be there. So
this has actually some of my favourite products in there. So
yeah, so the attendees of the masterclass get this. Now, the Melbourne one is obviously happening in 5 minutes. So if you are here, then that's what you have in store. But there's a Sydney one in 2 weeks on the 18th of March, and I believe there are a few tickets left still for that
yeah,
one.
it's just a couple, so get in quick.
Get in, book your tickets to see Eleanor and see her masterclass. But for now, we're gonna head off so Eleanor can do her masterclass. I'm gonna take a wander around the beauty floor because there are so many offers happening today. It's the Maya Beauty event. It's Super Saturday. There are so many offers. There's hydration stations. There are the beauty bellboys handing out roses and compliments, and there's a blow dry station. There's so much happening. So if you're in the area, come to Maya Melbourne, and you will not be disappointed. But for now, we are going to sign off. So thank you so much for watching,
guys.
and we will see you next time. Bye.